Welcome to the Midgar Press. My name's Jay. So today we're going to cover the White Death. Now, the White Death is a monster, again, within the adventure book, not the actual rule book, the core book. And I tell you, the White Death is interesting, especially in the way that you have to use it. Now, I'm not going to go through the adventure and explain why it's interesting in the way that you have to use it, but I promise you it is interesting nonetheless. So let's go ahead and get started. The White Death, a deathly pale, rough-scaled sea serpent with a thick, wide body and a flat head with milky eyes and 3 curved horns. The beast emerges silently from the water before letting out a terrible and guttural roar that reeks of centuries-old death as it attacks. The White Death can be lured to the surface by lowering a suitable prey into the water. In its belly rests Balthold's mastercrafted battle axe, Balthold's battle axe, or broadaxe. Strength requirement is 10, durability is 12, adorned with ruins that recount its owner's exploits. So ferocity of 2, size is large, movement is 18, and that's within the water. Armor is 3, HP is 56. Tail. If an attack aimed at the White Death's tail, rolled with a bane, draws blood, inflicts at least 1 point of slashing or piercing damage, roll d6 whenever the sea serpent is about to attack. If the result is 4 to 6, the beast hits itself instead of a player character. A beast lore roll can make the player character aware of the weak spot of sea serpents. Now, here's the problem, though. If you're attacking the tail, that means you're in the water, and you don't want to be in the water. Because this monster will eat you. This sea serpent called the White Death will devour you, consume you, and you'll die there. So let's go through the d6 of attacks. 1 of the d6, the tail swipe. The sea serpent swipes its tail at a player character within 10 meters. The attack inflicts 2d8 bludgeoning damage and knocks the victim down. 2 of the d6, devour. Now, this is actually what's happened to 2 player characters within my games. The beast, and it strangely enough, it was separate games. It wasn't even the same game. The beast swallows the player character with the highest strength. So it's specifically looking for the highest strength. And it inflicts 2d6 damage. The player character can keep attacking the sea serpent from within, where it has no armor rating. But for each round spent in the belly of the beast, the victim suffers d6 damage on their turn. Armor has no effect. The victim gets out once the monster is dead, if the monster dies. 3 of the d6, ferocious bite. The White Death bites a player character with its razor-sharp teeth. The attack inflicts 3d8 slashing damage. 4, drowning. The sea serpent pulls a player character into the deep, and the victim immediately begins to drown as per page 53 of the rule book. The player character cannot move or perform actions that require body movement, except trying to break free, which takes a strength roll with a bane. Others can help. I've not actually had a character start doing the drowning process because they've always successfully rolled against their constitution to make sure they're not drowning. So I have yet to get into that, but fantastic. 5 of the d6, crushing blow. The beast rises high above the water and drops its heavy body on up to 2 player characters within 10 meters. Both victims take 2d6 bludgeoning damage and are knocked down. 6 of the D6 constriction. The White Death wraps its tail around a player within 10 meters and tries to squeeze the life out of them. If you've seen the movie Anaconda with J-Lo and Ice Cube, this is what's happening. The attack inflicts 2d6 bludgeoning damage and an additional 2d6 whenever it is the victim's turn. The victim cannot move or perform actions that require body movement except trying to break free, which takes a strength roll with a Bane. Others can help. That is just a... I mean, okay, so first off, this monster hits 2d8, 2d6, 3d8, 2d6, 2d6. Now, none of the attacks cause a fear attack. None of them, which is uncommon for most monsters. Most monsters have at least one, if not two, that cause a fear. The White Death is purely meant for destruction. Like I said, there's a 2d8, 2d6, 3d8, the drowning, 2d6, and then 2d6, plus another 2d6 on the last one. So yeah, this monster is straight up attack. It is straight up physical damage. I like to mess with my players when I tell them or explain to them, like if they're playing for the first time, I like to explain to them that, you know, the monster's auto hit, plain and simple. That's just how it goes. But what I do is I roll a d6 or a d4, d3, whatever it is. I roll to see what the attack is. And they start to get like, oh my gosh, like, can we survive this? No, you can't, first off. But not all of the monsters, like, not all the attacks deal straight damage. It's not physical damage every time. It's emotional damage sometimes. And then, of course, everybody does the emotional damage. But here's the thing. The White Death, there is no emotional damage. Your emotional damage is when you die. Plain and simple. Yeah, I just now realized this. Like I've used this monster before. Like I've used it several times, and I'm just now realizing it does not have an emotional fear table that you have to roll on, like plain and simple. So, dang. Okay. All right. So there is no art for this character or for this monster. Just like, you know, in the bestiary of the rule book, we had monster art for all monsters. We did not have art for the Warg Rider in the last episode. I didn't mention that, but we did not. And in this episode, we do not have character art, or monster, I should say, for the White Death. So unfortunately, maybe I'll use Midjourney to create something for you all. But unfortunately, we did not have any art for the White Death. Now, there's not a whole lot that you can do with the White Death because it is stuck to this certain scenario. But you could take the White Death and call it something different and plug it somewhere else within a lake or something like that, because it is a sea serpent. So you can use it in any body of water. In fact, if you go to create an adventure that deals with being on a river or in a lake or in the ocean, you can use the White Death. Just don't call it the White Death. Call it something different. Or the White Death could be a type of sea serpents, and these are the most famous. I don't know. But like I said, you can use the White Death as a sea serpent anywhere that deals with water. So yeah, like this video. Comment down below which of these attacks seems just outright interesting. The Devour is my favorite because I've attacked. Well, I haven't attacked, but I've had 2 player characters get swallowed by the Devour attack, and they died within the belly of the beast. Because don't get me wrong, the 3 armor rating and high HP of 56, like, this is tough. This is tough. But here's the thing, if you're inside the belly of the beast, there's no armor rating, so you can just attack. But if you're not, it's like the second Guardians of the Galaxy where Drex, he gets eaten by that big monster in the very beginning, and he's just like just trying to like kill it from the inside. It doesn't work for him. He thinks it does, but it doesn't work for him. So yeah, tell me in the comments, what do you all think about the White Death? So again, like this video, comment down below what you like about this monster, and share this video. Share this video with all your other nerds, your friends and family that might want to play Dragonbane, and let's lure them to the dark side. Let's lure them to Dragonbane. So until the next video, live on and game on, my friends.